Hello, everyone. This is Waldorf,
And this is Statler.
and this is Battle Report 27. Empire versus Orcs and Goblins versus the Empire of Sonnstahl.
Sonnstahl.
Sonnstahl. Yep, they got the little flaming sword thing going.
Yes.
Right.
In front of a sun.
And this was at Island Games, one of the two local game stores we frequent. Yep. And here's my army list, same as I've been using. Nothing changed there.
Suffice to say, this is probably the last time you'll be using this
I
specific list.
think this will probably be the last time you see this.
Yeah.
So if you want it, you can pause here and read it. Otherwise,
Look in your trash can.
If
It'll
you-
be there tomorrow.
yes, come by come by my house. You'll find it in the trash. Yeah. Anyway, going back on down. So this time I got the lore of the path of death.
Death.
And I have the curse of mortality and the touch of the reaper. The other one I got was gaze into the abyss gazes back.
I see.
I wasn't thrilled with that one, so I went with the touch of the reaper.
I wasn't aware that mortality was a curse.
Mortality is a curse.
So we're cursed?
We're cursed. If you weren't mortal, you would be immortal, and
Yes.
that would be a blessing,
I guess so.
right?
I suppose so.
And I really like their lore attribute, the Cloud of Despair for the 1-1 leadership.
Oh, yes, it's very nice.
Works really well, especially if you've got terror or fear-causing guys running around,
Yep.
which I happen to have.
Yes. It's also helpful in combat.
The Orc and Goblin spells were the Itching and Scratching and the Evil Eye. And that was the Itching and Scratching sound effect.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes, what it is. See, there it goes again.
Because it's really annoying, so clearly.
That's what makes you itch and scratch
Yes.
when you're annoyed. And we doubled up on the lore at the path attribute for the Cloud of Despair because it was so awesome. So,
Yes.
moving on. So his army list, I was going to write his list, but then he completely impressed me by handing me this little booklet.
A booklet. Look at
A
that.
booklet. So this was the front of his. This is his list.
It's written in Swedish, it looks like.
He did this. And there we have his characters,
Wow.
where they are named.
Yes.
Marshal with plate armor, General, Talisman of Supreme Shielding, Hero Sword. So,
Albrecht von Feldkrau.
yeah, that was his artificer with the long rifle.
It's not a very Swedish sounding name.
No, but anyway, Lars is the captain.
Lars, that's very nice. But the von there we got von
No, not.
Felsenmund, and we got
And Karl Hammerhand.
Bruder Karl Hammerhand.
Yes.
Yeah.
He, yeah. Anyway, Crown of Scorn. So as you can see, based on what you're seeing here, the Crown of Scorn, he's going with the no magic,
no magic.
no mages, I should say. Core, he's got 30 spearmen.
The Empire can do away with that, do that very easily because they have the priests, so that gives you those bound, spells
Correct.
to roll. Yes.
Yeah, which is really nice.
So you get magic without having magic.
Yeah. So 30 spearmen, full command, 10 swordsmen, heavy infantry with more heavy infantry, light armor, shield, full command, 35 halberdiers, seasoned soldiers, +1 weapon skill, +1 initiative. That's big.
I think that's an upgrade when you take a certain general,
When
right?
you take the general that he took, yes.
Yeah. I forgot which one. There's different ones for different ones. I can't remember the
The
name of
seasoned general.
Oh,
is
there
the
you
one.
go.
1 unit of heavy infantry.
them. Season
and
little
1
salt,
light.
little pepper, and boom, you got better halberdiers. Yeah.
Season those halberdiers. Another unit of swordsmen.
I want to know who wants to be in the second swordsman unit.
Yeah, exactly.
You're number 2. Yeah.
Seasoned trooped handgunners, +1 ballistic skill, brings them up to ballistic skill 4. That's really nice.
Yeah.
His state militia,
They shoot like elves, but with better weapons.
he refers to as the murderers, thieves, and really bad men.
Really bad men.
I was extremely impressed with this, by the way.
Yeah, it's very nice.
He's got a unit of knights, 10 cav, electoral cavalry.
Oh, he took the electric.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't upgrade him. Okay.
He did not upgrade him. 230 points for 10 of those guys. That's pretty good.
That's a lot of guys, yeah. Well, the cheap ones. What did he arm them with?
Lance, shield, plate.
Oh, there's a lance. I didn't see it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, they're only strength 5 on the charge, but
Yeah.
strength 5 is
Mm-hmm.
more than
Not
sufficient
strength
for a lot
4.
of things. 20 Imperial Guard with
Yeah,
great
that's
weapons.
cute. Huscarls. Huh?
They have the
These
spelling icon.
these models better have axes, great axes. Or I'm
Mm,
going to have to slap them around next time I see them.
you might be disappointed. The Riders. Black Powder Battery. 3 artillery. Has a cannon, a volley gun, and a mortar.
Okay. They have wonderful war machines.
They do. They still do. And they're still cheap.
Yep.
Still fairly cheap. I mean, the cannon at 100 points. That's a bargain.
Cannon's very nice. Volley gun's fantastic. Just such an
Volley gun is really
incredible,
fantastic.
area denial weapon.
It is.
And the mortar is
Even the
just
mortar with that huge template.
drop a pizza box plate on somebody. It's like it's just wonderful.
And rounded the whole thing off with the steam tank. Or steel tank.
Yes.
You need to talk to him. It should be the steel tank.
Yes.
And then for his own use during the game, he reprinted his artillery rules into his book, including the misfire chart. So, extremely impressed with the guy's army list.
Yeah, it's very nice. I like the color cover.
Yes. So, in this one, he deployed first.
Oh, his guys are all blue and yellow for the Swedish theme.
They are. Again, he deployed. I picked sides. I took the side over here with the hill because also it kind of, this is a friendly pickup game.
Mm-hmm.
Also kind of made more sense for the Empire to be defending the town. I guess we could have played it where the Empire were trying to retake the town, but we went with this route.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how
And there's a river.
there's a river. But as you can see, he did not hang out behind the river and
Yes.
make it a really annoying game.
That's very nice of him.
It is, because, anyway. So there's some of his troops. You can see the knights on the right, just out of the river. These guys just swimming around, having a good time. I think that's the second swordsman.
Yes.
We played this.
They're not allowed to use the bridge because they're number 2.
We played this bridge as a bridge and a hill. It's the way he decided to play it.
Okay.
So this center section
So it's very high.
is high. So the problem with that, though, is this can't shoot to
Yes.
the left.
Yes, that's a problem.
Yeah. But that was his call, and he did that when he was before a deployment. So you can see the big
Handgunners are in the building.
big box of spears, 10 handgunners in the building.
Oh, he's got the
militia.
cannon across the river too.
Cannons across the river. Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, he was very nice about that.
Yeah.
Setting it up. Of course, the aquatic engineer, artificer.
Yes.
I think he's on a rock in the middle of that river.
That's what it is. Yeah.
There's a large rock he's
Yeah.
balanced on.
He's an engineer. He's probably have some kind of flotation device that he made himself out of, a pig's intestine or
Pig's
something.
intestine.
Yeah.
So over here we've got the Gargantula on the far left, big unit of the advanced guard, with their full complement of
Characters.
character. Oh, not quite full. They only have the BSB and the Wizarding Hood guy in there at the moment.
Okay.
My 3 artillery pieces scattered around the hill. Nashers, the boar boy Ed Bashers with the general. My cave troll, my regular common boar boys with the level 2 goblin shaman in there with goblin magic, backed up by a skewer. A big unit of ferals, big 22. It's not that big, I guess. Another skewer, and over here the spiders in the woods. original thought was to try to get them across the river, but then I was like, well, I'm not going to do that with those knights there and the Hellblaster back there. So on Vanguard, these guys elected to come back here, and the reason why was because these guys advanced, and I didn't want him slipping past that building and getting behind me.
Cut him off at the pass.
Yeah. So, and these guys decided there's no reason to be within range of that blaster at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, it's probably
so backed up here. And
it's probably a wise move.
And I also gave the his knights an 11-inch charge on me.
Mm-hmm.
If he wanted to take it, he's welcome to try it.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping he would and stumble forward a little bit.
Right.
So, turn 1 to the Sonnstahl. And, of course, he didn't take the bait. He just marched up quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and you can see he's already in position to threaten the entire flank of my entire line.
Yeah. Well, at least has to go through the woods.
Yeah, he has to go through the woods to do it. Yeah, that's scary. He might lose too. These guys tried to get out of the forest, out of the river. This is kind of his.
Oh, he made his own little order cards.
He made his own little order cards, and this, I got to say, this is his second time playing this army, so he was not real clear on the order rules. So he gave the Hellblaster the ready aim fire, which is +1 to hit, which you are not allowed to do.
Oh, yes.
Because it is not a core or a supporting unit. The guys on the hill, the guys on the top of the bridge, he gave the hold your ground, fight an extra rank, whatever that one is. I forget what that order's called.
Take a knee or something like that. Yeah.
Swordsman, sitting back there behind the hill, just kind of sat there. I'm not sure if he was waiting to see if the savages broke through or what, coming that direction.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, those are his best guys.
His best guys are back there hanging out in the back.
Yeah.
Off to the top left, you can see his swordsmen have started advancing a bit. Everyone else kind of held where they were, except for the steel tank, which takes a move forward and kind of creeped forward. He rolled 3 dice and got like 6 or 7.
Yeah, that movie was very far. It's like the length of the model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see, not very far there.
I think it was that big crease got in his way. He had to slow down.
That's a ditch.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a ditch. He didn't want to go through.
He didn't want to go through the ditch. Yeah.
These guys moved up into the flank of the Gargantula, make sure he's not an Orc, and they're just going to shoot at him and just hang out here behind the building for a turn. So yeah, there we go, with the ready aim fire, which you turn out not to be able to do.
Can't put it on that, no.
So based on that, he was able to gain an extra 6 inches. It's not +1 to hit. It's an extra 6 inches of shooting.
Mm-hmm.
So he killed 4 of me that should not have died.
Yeah.
No big deal. It's only 4.
Well, now you can call him a cheater for the rest of his life.
I will, and I will too. I will remind him of this every time I play him. And that's it. I mean, other than that, I think he fired the cannon at the Boar Boys and did nothing. Yeah, he just didn't do much at all.
Yeah, I'm just noticing. It's a sidebar comment. I hadn't actually seen somebody put the Empire Sonnstahl Great Cannon on a round base. I was wondering if it would fit at all, but I guess it does sort of fit.
It does fit a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be better served to be on the large one, but
that is the large one.
I thought that's the smaller one.
Is that the 3?
Maybe so.
I think it's the big one.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it is the big one because hardly anything's on the small one.
Okay.
Except for the maybe like bolt throwers.
Oh, that's what he's done. He's done something. I forgot what he did. He did kill one of the Nashers. Yep. Oh, that's what he did. He
was one missing.
For some reason thought I don't know. He made the choice. He decided he was going to hit the Nashers and bounce through with a cannonball and bounce through into the Boar Boys. Anyway, I don't know. Not sure.
Well, I guess they're easier to hit than the Boar Boys because the Boar
Boys...
Boys...
they're harder to hit than them. Well, actually,
the Boar Boys are covered by them, so...
Yeah, they're -1 as opposed to -2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So when he gets to, 6 inches, it was probably enough to get 2 guys. Oh.
So...
Of course,
on
there's other board boys that are right in front of them.
so bottom.
Yeah.
Well, they're nowhere near as dangerous.
The-
So bottom of turn 1, you can see my Gargantua has made his leadership check and marched up there into the woods. My Wolf Rider guys have moved around to be able to shoot at his fast cav.
and your spiders
And
are
in general, my line has just moved forward, and
trying to draw him into the woods.
my spiders have blocked him. So he has to go off to the right, have to go down to the bottom of the table and slip by me, or charge me in the woods, whichever he prefers. I'm okay either way. If it's a 12-inch overrun from the front of the spiders to the flank of the feral orcs.
Okay.
So he has that ability,
Yeah, it's slightly unlikely.
it's unlikely.
Yeah.
I thought about taunting him and putting him much closer, but
Yeah.
I figured it would work well for him if I did. This also gives me, lanes of fire to shoot at his
Right.
Guys with my skewerers.
Yep. And you're
So there's a closer view of that one. Happy with that. These guys have all come up. This is not a difficult. Any of these 3 front units over on the left, the Nashers, the Troll, or the Boar Boys on the right are all well within easily random movement thing of that steel tank. And that guys are positioned to shoot over there. So we go with the touch of the Reaper and put a wound on the steel tank. It's an auto wound, AP6.
yeah.
Got to get it wounded at some point. So this guy fires and kills 2 of them,
Okay.
and they're not happy.
Yeah.
So they're gone.
That's helpful.
So
off the table.
that helps me a lot. And that was the only significant.
Oh, you didn't
Shooting.
shoot up his knights?
Nope, they shot at him.
Ah, shot in the vicinity.
Shooting at them does not shoot
Yeah.
them up. I shot in their vicinity. I fired the other get launcher at them. Fired both of the
Skewers.
skewers at them. Actually, I think I fired the one skewer at the tank,
Oh, yeah.
the one up forward. Anyway, but managed nothing. And I also fired the splatterer into the tank because I really want that tank to die.
Yeah.
But no such luck. So this time he's given them the orders of brace for impact and ready something. Steadyman.
Steady men.
Steadyman is the cold-blooded, I think.
Yeah, I think it's the extra die roll.
Extra die roll. The old cold, 3 dice for
Yeah.
leadership test. And he's declared no charges, but on his random movement, his guys have charged. His tank is blitzed into these guys, and he is out of arc of the troll. There you go. It's a nice tank. Needs to be on a base, though.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it looks better this way, but it needs to be on a base.
It depends how you do the base.
And these guys have decided not to take the bait. They were going to march right past me, but they failed their
March test.
march test, and now they're stuck there. And now I've got a flank charge.
I got a
on
flank
them.
charge.
I do, and you don't think I'll take it, do you? So moving on, these guys start heading down the bridge. He did a quick reform and got the great swords moving.
Scarls.
Scarls.
Yeah.
Doing that.
They don't have axes.
They don't have axes. They do not.
Scarls have to have axes. Great Danish axes.
He'll be there Wednesday night. You can talk to him. Yeah, let him
yeah.
in. Otherwise, the rest of his army is coming forward a bit. And tank's there. It's all looking good. His tank has killed. Oh, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's still
Nothing's happened yet.
Nothing's
No.
happened yet. Okay, so he cast his blessing. He got these guys re-roll to wound on his prayers. What are they called now?
I thought they were still called prayers, but
Maybe so.
Yeah,
I
don't remember.
He misfired his mortar and did a wound to himself last turn. Forgot that one.
Is that why he's got an aspirin on the base?
That's what. Yes, he's got these tacky stuff.
Yeah.
He needs to finish that base, by the way.
Yes.
Anyway, so his Hellblaster fires and only manages to kill 2 of me. I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
I did manage. He goes 3, but I did roll 1 ward save there.
Up ward save.
And his cannon decides to shoot and
Ouch.
halfway to killing my spider.
Yep.
Not a big fan of that. These are the guys in the building.
He's got the ward machine, ward save. The spider.
The spider.
Or the knights do.
Spider.
The spider does that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the guys, he has the charm shield as well, but the pistoliers took that off in the first turn. That was one of the reasons they came up to shoot at the spider. So I think this is his mortar. Splots down and covers the entire unit.
Have some pizza.
Underneath that big red template is my feral orc head bashers.
Yes.
Not so many as there were a minute ago.
No, I would say not.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
Yeah.
To a strength 3 mortar.
Must have landed into that big obelisk and exploded and killed all you guys with the stone
that
shards.
That was their gunpowder stash, apparently. So yeah, they're not happy about that. Moving on to combat over here. I managed to put a wound on him.
Something seems to be missing.
And he did a few to me.
Just a few, yeah.
And I break and run from that combat.
Okay.
But which is perfectly okay with me because that had they held, I would have only been able to charge my character in.
Yeah.
As it is, the unit's free to go.
Yep. Let's see what Strength 7 can do for you.
And then we go to an overall picture, and that's kind of what we're looking like.
Mm-hmm.
The ferals are not happy at all, having lost 9 and 4, 13. That's just brutal.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You're outnumbered by the Empire.
I am. So we decide this is the turn to do it, so we call the warg.
Yep.
You notice you've been hearing that a lot lately, haven't you?
I think I had to correct you in the last video. I'm just saying.
No, hearing the fact that I've actually called
well,
it.
you're actually using it and haven't forgotten about it.
Correct.
You remembered you had an army rule. I understand. Yes,
yes, that was what I was.
Are you using Post-its or?
That's what it was.
You said something in your iPhone to remind you.
I'm stamping it on my
Starts beeping
forehead.
after an hour.
It's on the back of my camera, and every time I pick up my camera to take pictures, it
There
says, "Did you use the word?"
Yeah.
So this time I'm going. Everything's charging pretty much.
Okay.
The boar boys here on the bottom are charging the militia in the middle. I'm hoping to get them, and then kind of maybe if I can get through them, overrun them, and get to the edge of the river, and then next turn
And get shot up.
go across and get something with whatever I have left.
Yeah.
The troll is charging into the halberds.
Oh, I thought he was going for the cannon. Okay.
He's going for the halberds. It's way too far for the cannon.
Okay.
The big boar unit, the Ed Bashers are going into the steel tank.
Yeah. Shocking.
And here's what the reason the troll is going in, because the spider is angry at what shot it.
Yes.
So it's going to charge the cannon with the intent of overrunning into the halberds.
Okay. Yes.
So, look at that. These guys have made it. Not sure that's a good thing. Anyway.
That's going to hurt.
It's good because they can't get shot by that stuff while they're fighting.
Still got a lot of attacks. And
they still have a lot of attacks.
The
common boar boys, common boar boys have made it. Trolls made it, and the spider, of course, made it.
Okay.
And down the bottom, you can see the Ed Bashers are also in.
Mm-hmm.
So, a highly successful charging turn. Very happy with that. And there's that one. And my spiders shift down.
Double lock him.
This time, he's got no choice to charge me.
Yep.
Or do something else. And over here, my advanced scouts have redeployed off to the left.
Yeah.
They're on their way. Trying to get around in the flank so I can charge something. Anyway, I've got my first get launcher, fires, and drops, 3 knights?
Looks like it.
Pretty good. Like that. The splatterer fires and takes a wound. Awesome. And the other get launcher fires and decides it's done for a couple turns.
He broke his rubber band.
Not happy.
Yeah.
Both skewers. I didn't do those separately, but Both skewers also fired at the knights and whiffed.
Okay.
They have not hit yet. Just anyway. So the ferals go in, and you're right about the lot of damage, despite needing 4s to hit, because these have the
parry rule.
It's what, 2, 4, 6, 8 I killed to his 1.
Yeah.
And very happy with that. But they're steadfast and they stand.
Yep. Which you're fine with because you're not getting shot at.
Correct. Over here, we slam into these guys and killed a good 5 of them. They killed 1 of me.
Wow, that's all.
And they stand. And
that's with a character in there.
What's that? Me?
Yeah.
It's characters of the mage. That's not a good character.
Oh, the mage, not...
That's the real mage, not the Wizarding Hood mage.
Ah.
I still thought I would do more. Because I've got, champion and 5 guys and...
7 attacks.
Yeah.
Half of them hit. Yeah, a couple of... Yeah, maybe 1 more.
Yeah, and plus the boars are shrink 4. They're not
That's what I'm
really
saying.
Sneeze at.
Maybe 1 more with the boars.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
Anyway. So, that went there. They stood. The steel tank, I managed to put only 3 wounds on it.
Yeah, that's not so good.
No, it's terrible. Terrible.
I think it's pronounced terrible.
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 My general with 4 attacks, strength 8, did 1 of those 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he only did 1 back to me, of course, but so I got that going for me.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of. I mean, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strength, 7 attacks. I just got to hitting on 3s.
Yeah, 7 should have been right. 7 or 8.
Well, it's the other character in there, and
there's 2 characters.
There's the guy, the Wizarding Hood guy's the guy, the 4th one over.
So 6. Oh.
And he's got 4 strength, 5 attacks. You know, that's tough to get through.
Yeah.
But he did a wound. He did a wound. Of all things, a boar did a wound.
Ah.
The orcs contributed nothing.
Wow.
The general did 1.
Yeah, it's bad luck.
So yeah, it was a bad luck.
Yeah, but 1 up is hard to get through.
They did it. See, the Nasher back here has rallied as well. So made short work of the.
Oh, you actually beat the cannon. Wow.
Yeah, oddly enough. Beat the cannon.
Looks like he's already ready to charge you.
Well, he's got the counter charge rule.
Oh, yes.
So when I hit these guys, they flipped into my side.
Yes. He didn't think it was that close.
What's that?
Isn't it limited?
6 inches, I think.
Is it 6? Oh, okay.
He was reading it as 6.
Yeah.
I didn't look. Maybe I should check. Anyway.
No, it probably is. I
think in the old game we used to play it was 3, but
it was 3.
This one is 6.
That was the old game, yeah. I think they moved it to 6 now, yeah.
So that's what we're looking at.
I have to look. I don't remember.
So what the troll challenged. I mean, sorry, the
troll challenged. Yeah.
The spider challenged.
Uh-huh.
I issued a challenge with a spider.
Yeah,
and
that's a wise thing.
And he actually accepted with a champion.
He didn't refuse.
No, he accepted with a champion because he didn't want his. I don't know. He didn't want to lose. I don't know what he didn't want to lose.
The priest?
I guess he didn't want to lose his priest and a bunch of other stuff. Anyway, it was a bad choice.
Yeah.
It was a bad choice, too.
Yeah, with that flank charge there. Yeah.
And we crushed the unit, and the troll...
Actually put 2 wounds on your troll.
Ran them down and killed them. So that was ugly.
Didn't make your leadership check?
For the what?
To reform, or you didn't care?
The spider?
Yeah.
I didn't care. I mean, flank front really doesn't. I guess it gives him +1 combat res, doesn't it? But I figure he's going to be steadfast regardless. Because I'm not going to. I don't think I'm going to kill 11. Maybe I could. They're swordsmen, though, I think. So anyway, so back to turn 3. Overall picture looking like that.
I was more referring to if you had a whiff of a fighting round.
Oh, if I had whiffed?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good point. So he gives these guys on the double embrace for impact. Sounds odd that you could do both of those, but...
Yeah, well.
Brace for impact, boys, but keep moving.
Yeah.
So
it's just the last second.
So we check this. These turn out to be in the front of my boar riders.
That's helpful.
Which is at least somewhat helpful. And they come in. It's only clipping the corner, but
It's
he still gets the ranks
he
and the
gets
banners. He's got the two
combat
banners
res, yep.
and the ranks, and the charge and the downhill.
And downhill,
and
yep.
everything. And following up behind him are the great swords.
Yeah.
Over here, he's elected to reform, do a swift reform and move past me. I probably would have been much better served on that turn just to charge me off and get rid of me.
Get rid of you all.
So I stop annoying him.
Because now you're just going to move and go back again.
Yep. Over here, the troll sitting in the middle of the field, those guys take exception. The guys in the building take exception to that.
Handgunners. So we got something to shoot at.
Decide they don't want him hanging around out there anymore. Oh, his missed that before, but his
mortar
artificer had fled and rolled like a 4 for flee distance, and then rallied back here by the mortar
from the combat break.
From the combat break.
Okay.
So there we have that. And moving on to this fight. This was not unfortunate for me. In the second round of combat, where he has less attack, well, he had the same amount of attacks, I guess. He killed 4 of me. And I killed 2, 4, 6 of him. But I'm winning, but
yeah,
I took a beating that turn.
Yeah.
I'm not happy. I mean, he needs, what, 4s to hit me, so 5 should hit. 1, 2 wound. And I've got the luck save.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's what it is.
That's why we roll dice.
Luck goes both ways.
Yep.
Unfortunately. So his guys have managed to put a wound on my mage in this combat. He only did 2 wounds to this.
Okay.
Actually, sorry. What happened is he charged in, and I challenged with my wizard.
Mm-hmm.
I challenged with my wizard, knowing he wants to keep his BSB able to for a reroll.
Mm-hmm.
So he accepted it, and he only did 1 wound to me. Because I stole his armor.
You said you got to use your...
I got to use my pan of protection pension.
Yes. You were bad-mouthing that before.
I have been bad-mouthing it forever. And it kept me alive in this one. Otherwise, he killed two guys. But that's plenty with all the combat res he's got. I break and run. He elects not to charge, not to pursue with these guys, simply because of where down to the bottom left
the
off
angle.
The table. Well, yeah, and off the bottom left are where my Ed Basher boys are just going to be wiping up that tank. So these guys chase and run into this guy.
I'll make it to the spider.
And these guys see, I mean, if they didn't want to charge those,
sure.
and end up behind the other guy.
Yeah, right.
So here, he's just reformed with this unit. And my general decides he's had enough and drops this thing.
Yeah. Finally got busy.
Yeah. And reforms. So we're looking like this going into the bottom of turn 3.
Yeah.
So here I decide to make everything's going well, so I figure I'll make a terrible mistake. And for some reason, charge in and help these guys. The spider. So up on top, the Wolf Riders are going in. That's not a unit in front of them. That's a big dead stuff. Which was fine. I'm okay with that. I thought that was a decent move, but I don't know why I would have charged the boar boys in. They don't need to be there, and it serves no purpose. I don't want to charge the spear block in the front.
No, absolutely not.
But there's no reason for me to have made this charge.
Unless you're hoping to break through and his artillery.
But even after I look at that, and you'll see it later.
So unless that's what you were thinking, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at how far I've got to get out of
the
arc.
it's pretty far.
I'm going to need like an 11 or 12 to get out of their arc. It's just terrible. Anyway.
Yeah, and if you don't kill enough guys, he's going to be steadfast. You're going to be sitting there anyway.
Anyway, yeah, and there's no chance he's going to, I don't know, anyway.
Yeah.
Just bad. Just a very dumb move. Anyway, so over here, these guys try to march and fail, and they can't get around to the front again.
Missed it by that much.
Yeah, so, and I tried to sneak them around, but having to stay an inch away, couldn't quite make it. So Mr. Nasher comes up. He wants to get involved again.
Yes.
He feels lonely after being left out.
Another wound.
Yeah, another wound on this. It's good. And
Was there any other shooting?
The other shooting, you can see up there on the top.
Yeah.
This guy is turned around. And the other one shot at the knights and missed.
Okay, and the skewers the same thing.
And the skewers again fired and missed. They have not hit this entire game.
Yeah.
So this is the combat.
Yeah. That worked out well.
Again, the boar riders at best contributed 5 wounds to this mess.
Yeah.
Which is just not necessary. Anyway, it's just not anyway. Dumb, completely dumb. So we reform.
Reforming
like
your pursuit.
We pursued with
the spider.
The spider only because I wanted to get it between the guys and my boar boys. Was my goal.
You got 3 wounds left on it?
Yep.
Wow.
But
you just hit you and then
I couldn't.
Yeah.
If I pursued with these guys, that wasn't going to work. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to turn him not so far so he couldn't do an overrun on you. I don't know if he did or not, but.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So that how that ended. The spider, the wolf riders decided not to overrun. Let's see if I got a picture of it. Okay, down here on the bottom corner, you can see my
2 versus 3.
Ed Basher feral orcs have done some work this turn again.
Yeah.
They geared back up. They didn't take a loss, and they killed about 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, I think it's...
But he stands, which is okay because that gives me the opportunity to kill him in his turn.
Yeah.
So he charges in. This is a front charge.
Yep.
And the guys on the hill charge in, and that's a flank charge.
Yep.
That's a bad one. These guys are tired of it. Said, all right, we're done with this mess. They finally get to take out their frustrations there. They hit them at an angle, of course, so they can overrun into the other one. And that's what my spider looks like. Brace for impact. So these guys are fighting in 4 ranks. The other guys up top have something on them. I believe it's the movement order, plus 2 to movement.
And very large swords.
And very big, long, potent swords. This guy's tired of sitting off on the hill. He comes up, off on the backside of the hill. He comes marching around. Template lands on these guys, the mortar.
That's unfortunate.
And killed 4 of them.
Yeah.
And that's not good. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. And the handgunners kill 2 more.
Yes.
So, anyway. So combined between this mess, they come in and they do the wounds necessary and kill it.
Yeah.
The only thing I've got going for me is the spearmen are blocked by the... Can't really tell, but the great swords, or whatever they're called, the Imperial Infantry, whatever they are.
Are they?
Are too far forward and they blocked them. Yeah, because if you see it... Anyway.
Isn't it just an order that you pursue?
If you see it when you fight, they're overlapped.
Yeah, I see that. But
you have to overrun as straight forward.
Oh, because he wiped you out.
Because he wiped me out.
Yeah.
So the spear block is going to get...
That's fine. He's swords in the
doesn't
flank are
need
no
him
fun.
anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway. So these guys have gone there. The Hellblaster's there. Oh, we already did this.
Yeah.
I went back to show you that.
Yes.
Okay. So they've killed him. Nice little hole, and
he rolls far enough.
And he rolls far, and it wasn't far. Rolls far enough and gets into my flank. Spear block reforms a little bit.
Right.
Take a good look at me. You can see on the bright side, on the bottom, what I've got going for me is my feral orcs.
Yeah, they won.
They've managed to crush that unit of swords.
And they got a Hellblaster in their sights.
And the Knightly Orders have managed to kill my skewer.
Shocking.
Pretty shocked it didn't hold.
Yes.
He doesn't have a rank. I thought I could hold.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yeah.
he did not roll high enough to get into the second one.
Yeah.
It was like 10 inches away, so it was a decent overrun.
Sure.
So we go into the bottom of the turn, and these guys come back around
and throw some more stuff.
And throw some stuff, and actually
throw some poo.
Take one down.
There you go.
It's a little out of order, but anyway, the Get Launcher fires and takes 3 more down.
That's helpful.
And the other Git launcher fires and takes 2 more down.
But he's past his leadership.
Yes, but now that he's here and on me, is when stuff starts hitting.
Yeah.
And the skewer, of course, trying to save its own life, doesn't hit.
Yeah.
The ferals have charged into the
And that, as they say, is that.
Hellblaster, and that's it. And they have to overrun.
So they get shot by some.
So the other charge I declare is the Wolf Rider. The Wolf Riders up on top charged the. Let's see if I got it. I don't
The
think
mortar?
I'm gonna have a good picture of it. No, they charged. They decided to charge the Artificer
Okay.
because if I charge, see where he is right there.
Yeah, you can clip
Charge
him.
overrunning the mortar. Right.
Okay.
Well, he's got a long rifle. And he shoots, and since I only have 3 rank and file, he picks who it hits.
Yeah.
It hits my BSB.
Yeah.
It wounds. I fail my armor save, and it does multi-wound too.
Yeah.
And I'm dead.
Yeah. There was that.
There is that. So the other guys managed to pass their panic check because they're within 12 of the general thing right there.
And get to the
and
water.
managed to get through the water onto the Artificer. But they don't kill him. They don't even wound him. He doesn't wound me either, though. Over here in this big fight with the general, he crushes me and chases me away.
He didn't kill too many.
He put a lot. Yeah, he didn't. He put a lot of attacks on the general, trying to wound him, and on the unit. But tough 4 with the 2-up armor.
Yeah.
He's only strength 5
I thought there were 6.
or strength 6, maybe.
Yeah.
strength 6.
I thought there's 6 now.
But I managed to get away from that. Well, not happily, but
Yeah.
so we go to the top of turn 5. The greatly reduced knights decide to go after the other skewer.
Wheeling charge, setting up the next one.
Both these guys charge into. I'm sorry, not both. The great swords charge into
your
my
own
unit.
guys charge to it.
Pushed me through the hedge, and I make my checks all except for 1. And you notice where that is on the general.
Yeah.
So my chaff unit gets charged by the spearman.
Yeah. So clearly the great swords didn't
I
catch
should
him.
have deployed him better to direct him
Away.
I did not. And the great swords didn't catch me. These guys took exception to their Hellblaster being destroyed.
Yep.
And turned around and blew these guys off the bridge.
Eat some lead.
You can see the Artificer fight over here. That continues, and no one does anything to each other.
Yeah, he's not much of a fighter.
Yeah, well, we're not either, apparently.
Yeah.
I've only got 2 on him.
Can't believe you lost that fight.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Didn't even kill one guy.
I killed a guy.
Oh, you did kill a guy.
I killed a guy.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I think I killed his champion.
Oh, there you go.
So over here, these guys have won another fight. That's 2 skewers these guys have crushed.
Yes.
Back here, garbage.
They only have 170 points to go to make up their points.
Yeah, well, look what's in front of them now.
Yeah. Time's running out.
So we got that.
Didn't make it.
He did not make the overrun again.
Oh.
Got that going for me. So on his turn, I get the Cloud of Despair off on these guys. I cast the...
I'm so depressed.
I'm so depressed. I believe I think that's his dead champion. I killed him with the spell. No, sorry, I put the wound on his general.
These are the old metal great swords, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah, I like the metal
Some
ones.
nice ones. And double put the Cloud of Despair
Yeah,
on
those
as
are
well.
those are the ones I have.
Throwing weapons. Kill another one.
Got the standard.
I've killed 2 now
Yeah.
with throwing weapons. These guys have finally managed to put a wound on this guy. But with a
Does he
banner and a
stand?
wound, it still doesn't help.
He stands.
Turn 6. Top of 6. I rallied with this unit.
Okay, just in
With
time.
with the big boar block.
Yeah.
And because of where I was,
You're behind the hedge.
I was behind the hedge. It was
Yeah.
awesome. So I get behind the hedge. He charges me with both units, and they both make it. Another thing that's not going to go well for me. And turns are moving rather quickly since there's not a lot to do.
He charges
So
the
his remaining
Git
guy,
launcher.
his champion, charges into my Git launcher. And with nothing else to do, he drops a mortar on these guys, kills 2 of them.
Running out of targets.
Running out of targets.
And you beat him.
And the overseer pokes him in the head and kills him. He made it all that way through all that withering fire and everything else to be killed by an orc guarding a war machine. So these guys charge in and do a crap load of damage to me. I mean, it's only like 5 wounds, but with everything else standing, you know.
Doesn't look like you've taken that many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Maybe 2 on this end and 1 in the back, maybe.
Yeah, maybe 3.
Maybe 3 or 4. Anyway, but he's still got the charge, the rank, the 2 banners. You know, he's got everything. But I do stand because I did kill quite a bit of him.
Yeah, I see that.
And we move to the bottom of 6. So, Splatterer decides it's not going to fire anymore for this game.
It's done enough.
The other 2 get launchers with nothing else to do. Hit enough of these guys to force a panic check, but they stand. I managed to kill him last turn finally. Oh, sorry, killed him this turn. No, I killed him last turn.
Yeah, we missed that. Okay.
I guess we missed it. So they killed him and overran into this, and they finished this off.
There you go.
So that's going for me. So the combat here, he kills off the unit.
And you've got...
and without taking a lot back.
Yeah.
And breaks and runs me down.
Okay.
And there we go. And that's where it ends with that one. So, Empire Sonnstahl got 2175. Orcs got 1823 for a 352-point victory for the Empire.
And no victory points for the scenario.
We didn't, yeah.
We didn't play any.
We didn't pick any.
Okay.
Again, he's new back in the game. We were just having a fun game to get him back into it. Look at that. Yeah. Again, big mistake. I don't know what they're sending the orcs into that. The boar boys into that one fight. They should need to just stay back safe.
Yeah. And then when you won it, instead of forming the way you did, you could have formed at an angle.
I could have done more things to keep them safe.
Yeah, even farther away.
But again, this was a friendly game, and we're joking around and laughing the whole time.
You were just trying to make him feel good because he's getting into the game. That's what it is.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
That's what it is. And you're married to Morgan Fairchild. Yeah, that's the ticket.
Yeah, that's what it was. So we'll go with that. His general ends with 2 wounds on him. I got close to killing him. But yeah, that was a fun game.
Well, you said you wanted to play the Empire of Sonnstahl.
I did. I've wanted to have a good Empire game.
And you got to do it without buff wagons.
And I did it without this buff wagons. And I got to see this. Which was, and this. And this.
Yes.
Just, this was awesome.
It'll be interesting what he brings next time.
It will be. He'll be there Wednesday. I've already got a game Wednesday lined up against somebody else, though. So, but again, it's good to have this guy back in the group. He's a fun guy to play with. He lives a
Yeah, it's a bit of a trek for him.
It's like an hour and I don't know, hour and 15.
Yeah, probably.
And we're finishing up at 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
You know. But anyway, like I said, nice guy. Glad to have him back in. But anyway, so an Empire win. Which is, there we go, by 352 points.
Yes.
In a, not really an optimized, I wouldn't call it an optimized Empire list either.
Oh, no, not by a long shot.
But then again, I'm not running an optimized list either, am I? So, anyway, thanks for listening if you've lasted through this whole thing.
Okay. Till the next time.